then for probability, how many are there?
In the column, there are 4.
Mm.
There is cluster,
Mm-hmm.
there is stratified, there is systematic, there is simple random sampling.
Mm.
Yeah.
Those are the 4, right? And remember what we said? We said that you can only make calculations with probability random sampling methodologies, right? So it means that we can only make calculations with these 4, right? The probability random samplings, right? Which is simple random, stratified, cluster, and systematic. And the other ones, judgmental, convenience, snowball, and what else? Quota. We can't make calculations with those ones. All right. Now let's read here. Right. The first few questions are gonna be easy, but as we go down, we might encounter some challenges, and then So yeah. A manufacturer produces 50 items. Oh, before welcome, specifically. I hope you're well, ne? So a manufacturer produces 50 items. Okay, let's read question 2 first. What does it say? So question 2 says, for each of the following scenarios, calculate the required sample size values. Right. Okay. A manufacturer produces 50 items every hour. The quality control manager select a sample of 2 items per hour for inspection using the systematic sampling. Right. So guys, remember, let me just remind you. So remember, immediately we see this, right? We see select a sample, right? It means that this is going to be our small letter n, right? And remember, when we are using systematic sampling is which one? It's where now we're going to have k, right? And our k is going to be capital letter N divided by small letter n. So we have the small letter n is equals to 2, right? So now let's just read to find out maybe or to see if we can identify our capital letter N or our K. All right. They say if the first item selected during the first hour of production is item number 4, what is the number of the next item selected? Okay. So basically here, okay, this is systematic sampling, right? Okay. So firstly, let's start by doing this. Let's start by doing this. So after we have read all of this information, right? Or let's just go back. They say a manufacturer produces 50 items every hour, right? And out of these 50 items, the quality control manager selects a sample of 2 items, right? So it means that per hour, the population of items that we produce per hour, it's gonna be how many? It's gonna be 50. So our capital letter N is gonna be 50. So capital letter N is 50, right? Because they say a manufacturer produces 50 items every hour. So since a manufacturer produces 50 items every hour, and then he selects a sample of 2 items per hour, right? So let us first find out what is our K. So to find out what is our K, we're gonna do this, right? Okay. So let me just wait for it. I'm not sure what. Okay, there you go. All right, sure. So let us find out what is our K. Okay, so this is question 1, right? Question 1, right? So K is going to be equal to capital letter N divided by small letter n. Your capital letter N is 50. Your small letter n is 2, right? So it means our K is 25. So what does this 25 mean? It means we select every 25th item, right? We select every 25th item from our data. All right. So guys, remember this K also, our starting point, right? Our starting point here for this K, remember, starting point could be, let me just do this. Starting point could be any value that is below K or equals to K, right? From what we did last time, or equals to K, right? So you can write this down like this. You can say X must be less than or equals to K. Ne? So yeah. All right, sharp. So what will be asked in this question? We were asked if the first item selected during the first hour of production is item number 4, what is the number of the next item selected? So guys, remember, you see what I just explained when I said our starting point could be any value that is below or equals to K, right? So look at here. The starting point was what? The starting point was number 4. right? So the starting point was number 4 here, right? So since the starting point was number 4, we're going to start counting from 4, and then from 4 we're going to select every 25th item, right? So let us just do our data. And I'm not going to write the whole thing, right? But we know that our data is going to start from number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, 8, ne? Let's say 9, 10. And then our data ends go 50, right? This is where our data set ends, right? So if we are going to start from number 4, right? Our starting point is number 4. We're going to start here, right? This is the starting point. What is going to be the next value that we're going to select if our k is equals to 25? The next value we're going to select, right? Next value to be selected is starting point, and this STP is starting point. Starting point plus k, and so it's starting point plus k, right? So it means that the next value to be selected is going to be what? 4 plus 25, which means that the next value is the 29th item, or we're going to select the 29th item. So do you guys understand what I just explained now? Are you guys okay? Can I see by a show of hands? Are you guys okay? Renela is okay. Asanda, are you okay? Specific, are you okay? All right, thank you, ne? Okay, so let's move to question number 2, right? Question number 2 is also systematic, ne? So in question number 2, they say a telephone list consists of 400 numbers, right? So we have a list that consists of 400 numbers, right? A sample, right? A sample of 25 numbers is selected. So a sample of how much? Sample of 25 numbers, right? So look, this sample, this 25, the 25 is going to be our small letter n, right? So this is going to be small letter n, right? All right. And then they say here, a sample of 25 numbers is selected through systematic sampling. So immediately you see systematic sampling, the first thing that must come to your mind is this: k is equals to capital letter N divided by small letter n. And why is it not showing now? Small letter n, yes. Then they say here, the first telephone number selected is number 18. So you see, our starting point is going to be number 18. So starting point is item number 18. Then they say, which is the third telephone number on the list selected? All right. So firstly, we need to find out how we are going to select every watt unit, right? So we need to first find our k. In order for us to find out what is the third telephone number that is going to be selected on the list, we need to find out what is our k, right? So when you read the first part, right, the first part says we have what? The first part says a telephone list consists of 400 numbers, right? And then out of these 400 numbers, we have a sample of 25 numbers, right? So it means that this 400 is going to be our population because we sampled from this 400, right? You can only sample from your population, right? So if we sampled from the 400, out of the 400, we only sampled 25 numbers, right? So it means that since we sampled from the 400 is going to be our population. So from today, whenever you sample, you see here they're saying what? They're saying 400 numbers, right? It consists of 400 numbers. Then they say we sampled 25 numbers, right? So it's 400 numbers and it's 25 numbers. So you see, nothing has changed, right? So if they said we sampled 25 alphabets, then it would mean that those 25 alphabets are not part of the population of the 400 numbers, right? Because you can only sample numbers from numbers. You can only sample alphabets from alphabets. So since both of these are numbers, this is numbers and this is numbers, it means that they are both the same, they're in the same category. All right. So let's just find out what is our k. Our k, question 2, right? This is question 2. So k is gonna be 400 divided by let me just check quickly. It's 400 divided by 25, ne? All right, 400 divided by 25. What is 400 divided by 25, guys? Can someone please just help us quickly? I'm just looking for my calculator. 400 divided by 25. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm gonna check just now. All right, I see someone responded yes. Let me check. 16, ne? Yes, thank you. So 400 divided by 25 is 16. Okay, so 16. So what does this 16 mean? It means that we are, right? we are, okay, let me just erase this. We are going to select every 16th item, right, from our population. Right? We're going to select every 16th item from our population to get a sample of 25, right? To get a sample of 25. All right, sharp. And then it means that since k, right, is equals to 16, it means that our starting point is any value that is k, or let me rather say that is 16 or below 16, right? That is 16 or below 16. All right. So this is how you interpret your k. This is how you interpret your k. All right, sharp. Now let's find out what was the question. So what did they say? They said the first telephone number selected is number 18, right? So what is the third telephone number on the list that is going to be selected? So I'm just going to give you a formula, and this formula, it works all the time. So to find out, you're going to say this. You're going to say, just like what we did here on top, you're going to say starting point plus k. All right. So you're going to say starting point plus k. But now, guys, look, they asked us what is the third item to be selected, right? So since they asked us what is the third item to be selected, so it means we're going to say k times 3 because we want the third item to be selected. If they had said what is the second item to be selected, we were going to say k times 2. If they had said what is the first item to be selected, we were just going to say, the first item, we were just going to say it is going to be k or any value that is less than k, right? So which is what I explained even in the other videos, so I hope you guys still remember. But if you're still lost, you can just ask me, but for now, since they said the third place, right, or the third item, you're just going to say k times 3, right? So it's going to be 18 plus, what is your k? Your k is 16. 16 times 3. What do you get? What do you get? What do you get? Am I? Okay, let me just go read this thing again. All right, please just tell me the answer that you get. All right, so they say the first telephone number selected is 18. Okay, which is the third telephone number selected? Okay, wait, guys, apologies. So, okay, let's just do it manually. You see, these things are formulas. Sometimes they might be a bit confusing. So let's just do it manually. All right. The first item selected, guys, it was what? Let's just do it manually. And then after doing it manually, we will see a trend. Then after discovering that trend, we can make formulas then from that trend. So, okay, wait. First item selected is item number 18. So second item selected is going to be 18 plus k, right? Third item selected is going to be 18 plus k, plus another k, right? So it's going to be the second step plus k, meaning that the fourth item selected is going to be what? It's going to be, fourth item is going to be 18 plus, you see this is k and k, right? So we can just say 2k plus k. All right. So yeah, guys, can you just please find out for me what is the second item? It's gonna be 18 plus 6, 16, right? Which is how much? Then here it's gonna be 8. It's gonna be this answer that we get here plus k. Okay, 18 plus 6, 18 plus 16. I mean, it's 34, right? So the second item is gonna be item number 34, and then the third item now it's gonna be this 34, right? 34 plus k again plus 16, right? Which is gonna be what? Which is gonna be 50. Right? And the fourth item is going to be what? It's going to be this 50 plus k, right? 50 plus k, which is 16, right? So our k is 16. 15 plus k, we're going to get 66. So this is the fourth item. So does what I'm saying make sense? Like, do all these things that you see here, do they make sense to you? Do they make sense, guys? Or maybe I just complicated things for you? Do they make sense? Is everything okay?
Can you please go over it again?
All right, I must go over it again. Apologies, there's a plane helicopter that is passing by, so maybe you might not hear. All right, so where did I lose you? Rail. Is it Renee? Yes. Where did I lose you?
With the formulas where we add K.
Okay, so with the formulas where we add K. So the first item that we selected was item number 18, right? So this one, we already selected this item, right? So since we already selected this item, now we want to find out what is the next item that we're going to select, right? After we have selected item number 18, right? So the next item, we just have to add K, right? So the second item that we're going to select is going to be 18 plus K, right? So our K is 16 in this example. So 18 plus 16 is going to give us 34. So it means that the second item we're going to select is item number 34, right? Then when we come here now, let me use a different pen. Even if you can do this, look, even if you can do this, you can say 18 plus 2K. It's going to still be the same thing. 18 plus 2K. So you can still say this, 18 plus 2K. If you can say 18 plus 2 times 16, right? 18 plus 2 times 16 is still going to give you 50. It's still going to give you this, right? Then here now, since you see, look, the only thing that is increasing is K. Here, K was 0. I get K was 0. Here, K is to the power, is times 1, right? Here, K is times 2. Here, K is times 3. So the only thing that is increasing here is our K. So the more, if you're looking for the second position, your K is going to be 1. If you're looking for the third position, your K is going to be 2K. Again, it's going to be 2K. For the fourth position, it's going to be 3K. So your K is going to be less than this number over here, the item that you're going to select. So basically, for the fourth item, we're going to have 3K. So you can remember it like that. For the third item, we're going to have 2K. For the second item, we're going to have 1K. For the first item, we're going to have 0K. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. Did you understand me, Renee? All right, thank you. So if you still didn't understand, it's okay. You can just ask me again after the class. It's okay. You can just text. You can either text in the group or you can WhatsApp me. All right, let's go to question number 3. Okay, so it means that the third item, right, which is going to be selected is item number 50. So I hope that's okay. All right, let's go to number 3 now. A sample of 3 books, right? A sample. Remember what I told you guys. Whenever you see this sample, just know that it is your small letter n. So your small letter n is equals to 3. A sample of 3 books is selected through a systematic sampling. Systematic, think of K is equals to capital letter N divided by small letter n. Is selected through a systematic sampling of a list of books labeled A to L. So these books, it's from A to L. Then they say, if the first book selected is book B, which book is the last book selected in the sample? Okay, sharp. Firstly, let's do this. Right. This is question number 3. Right. How many books do we have? We have books from A to L. So let's write them down. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So if we can count from A to L, so let's just count from A to L. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what does this mean? This means that we have 12 books. 12 books. But out of these 12 books, we are only going to sample how many books? Our small letter n was 3. Right? Small letter n was 3. And then what did they say? They said our starting point is B, right? The first book that we selected was book B, right? So since the first book that we selected was book B, let's just do this. So this is B, right? The first book that we selected was book B. Then they ask us what is the last book or the last item to be selected in a sample, right? So how many items are we supposed to select? We are only supposed to select 3 items, right? Out of these 12 books, we are only supposed to select 3 books, right? So since we have 12 books and we have a sample of 3 books, it means that these 12 books are going to be our population, our capital letter N. So to find out what is our K, we're going to do this. We're going to say K is going to be capital letter N divided by small letter n, and then 12 divided by 3, which is 4. So it means that we're going to select every 4th book from our starting point. So our starting point is B, right? So if we want to select the next book from B, we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to select F, right? So F is going to be the second book that we select. B was the first one, again. And we are only supposed to select how many? 3. We cannot select more than 3, right? So let's see now. We're going to count again. Every 4th unit, we're going to add 4 again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means that J is going to be the 3rd book or the last book that we are going to select in the sample. We cannot select L or K. Reason being is because we are moving in intervals of 4, right? So the next item that we were going to select is not within this population. It's outside of our reach. It's not in this data. So we cannot select the other book because it's not here. So we can only select B, F, and J. So the third book we're going to select is J. So does that make sense? With what I just explained now. Does that make sense? Specific, does this make sense? Are you here, Specific? All right. Asanda, are you okay? All right, sharp. Thank you. So that was your question 3, right? Your question 3, that's it. Okay, so now let's move to question number 4. So question number 4 says, to select a sample of 5 students, sample 5 students. So small letter n is equals to 5, right? From a list of students numbered 1 to 30. So this is the same thing as our books, right? Our books was book A to L, right? Which was how many books? Which was 12 books. So our population was 12. But now we have students numbered 1 to 30, right? So it means that our population is going to be 30 here, right? Population is 30. Then they say, using systematic sampling, which student could be the first to be selected for the sample, right? So what are they asking here? Using systematic sampling, which student could be the first to be selected for the sample? Okay, firstly, guys, always, when you're dealing with systematic, you're always going to have to calculate your K. So let's first find out what is K, and then we're going to answer the question. So let's go to question number 4, right? Question 4. So for question 4, we're going to say K is equals to, what was it? Okay, let's just go back here. Our population, remember, it's 30, and then our sample is 5, right? So you're going to say population of, okay, let's just do this, né? Then you're going to say population of 30 divided by sample of 5, which is 6, right? 30 divided by 5 is 6, right? So let's answer the question now. What is the question asking? The question is saying, using systematic sampling, which student could be the first to be selected for the sample? So I remember I explained to you guys that when we have K, which item or which student or what starting point we could have if we have K. I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly because English can sometimes dribble me. But I remember explaining this to you, and I told you that okay, I don't want to give you the answer, but I'm gonna give you an opportunity to just try, and then I will help you with the corrections. So who wants to try? Renee, do you want to try maybe? They say using the systematic sampling, which student could be the first to be selected for the sample? So basically, they're asking what could be our starting point. That's the question. That's the simple version of the question. What could be our starting point? Anyone that wants to try this one out? Asanda, you want to try it? Last time I remember you gave me the answer.
I'm not sure, but I think our starting point would be 6.
Okay, our starting point would be 6. That is correct. It's part of the answer, but it's not the whole answer.
Or from 6 and below.
Yes. So remember, guys, starting point, right? Starting point. Starting point, right? Remember I explained this. Starting point is K or below K, right? And remember I showed you an experiment that if we select a starting point that is above K, we will not collect the number of items, or our sample will be smaller, right, than the sample that will be given to us. So if they say, for example, we are supposed to sample 5 items, if we start from a number that is, let me just show you. Let me just show you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I just want to show you, né? So that you understand this thing better. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, look, né? Our starting point should be any value that is K or below K. So let's choose any starting point that is K or below K. So let's choose below K. Let's not choose K because the K one is simple. Né? So let's choose below K. So let's say our starting point is going to be here, right, at item number 2. At item number 2, we need to select every 6th unit. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next item we selected is item number 8, right? We need to select how many? 5 items out of this whole 30, right? So let's move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So it means you're going to select 14. And then, all right, let's move again. 1, 2, right? It's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Right? So it means you're gonna select item number 20. So how many items have you selected thus far? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means we still need to select one more item, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sharp. We're gonna select item number 26. And so you see, from number 26, we cannot select any other item because there is no other sixth number. From 27, 28, 29, 30. You see, we cannot get to 32 because our population ends at 30. And so this is when we select a starting point that is k or below k. And so now let's see. You see, when you select a starting point that is k or below k, you can still have a sample that is equal to the sample you were given. Because look, this is item number 1, this is item number 2, this is item number 3, number 4, number 5. So you see, our sample is 5. And but now look at this. Now, I want to show you. If we select, if we have a starting point that is above k, right? K is what? K is 6, right? So let's select any starting point that is above 6. Let's just select 7. Okay? So we're gonna start counting 6 units. Okay? So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're gonna select item number 13. Then 1, 2, again, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're gonna select this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, can we count again? 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't. You see that, ne? So how many items have we selected thus far? 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that your sample size, it decreased if you chose a starting point that is k and above. Your sample size decreased because you are supposed to select 5. But because you had a starting point that is above k, now you selected less sampling units. You understand? So always be careful about that. Your starting point is any value that is k or below k. I hope that's fine. Is it fine, guys? Did you understand my example? Did you understand it? I hope you did. So the answer for question number 4, we're going to say any starting point, right? Any starting point that is k, which is 6 again, or below